Here's to You is supported by One Life Spirits. One Life Spirits is built on purpose, culture, good people, and good drinks, so you can live one life to the fullest.
That means shots that are smooth, tasteful, and pair perfectly with a lime, or our favorite, an orange, because if you're still chasing tequila with a lime, what are you doing? That orange slice brings out the bright citrus notes of Una Vida Blanco, which is smooth, authentic, and tasteful, like myself.
Plus, Una Vida is 100% additive free, so you're enjoying tequila in its purest form without the hangover regret.
Yeah, because it takes us 3 to 5 business days to recover now, and anxiety is not my friend.
That's why you should stick with Una Vida or try cocktails instead of shots.
Okay, a little.
One Life Spirits also crafts El Drago, High Post vodkas, and Le Bon whiskey, all bold, smooth, and made to share. Whether it's game night, date night, or just Tuesday night, they've got the pours covered.
Because it's not just about taste, but it's about that feeling. And we're proud spirit snobs, so treat yourself. Visit onelifespirits.com, swing by the One Life Spirits bar inside of El Primo, or grab a bottle at your local liquor store.
Cheers.
Oh, the hangover brunch is happening now.
Right now?
Yeah.
Is that what DJ Win?
Yeah.
Shout out to DJ Win.
Yeah. Have you ever done them?
I have not, but I definitely support him.
Yeah. I've never gone to them either. They look pretty lit though.
I'm more of a, when the crowd isn't out, I go out type of gal. Unless I'm a part of the event.
Yeah. It definitely depends for me, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Unless my girls convince me otherwise. It'd be an interesting night if we went out together.
Yeah. Are you hitting on me?
Huh?
Is that what this is?
I did say I was going to set you up on a blind date.
Oh, yeah. No, fuck it. At this point, got nothing to lose. Make sure he's tatted, though.
Is that what you like?
Huh? That's rude.
Like blasted, tatted, or just like a little bit of tatted?
At least some.
Okay.
So
we can have a little heart right here.
Nah. Hell no. My toxic trait is that I still like a good neck tattoo. And those are typically the dudes that I should not be talking to. You know what I mean? Like
bad news.
Yeah. Like the big ass, and I like those. I like a badass neck tattoo. Like I don't want to see no kisses on your, like the kiss one or like a name.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, or the cross. Like I'm kind of like, okay, that's baby shit. But like if you have like your throat, oh man, that's hot.
That throat chakra.
Yeah.
That throat chakra is working.
But like my therapist says not to do stuff like that. I'd like to tell her like that's when I relapse, but I haven't relapsed in a long time.
Your therapist told you not to fuck with dudes with neck tattoos.
No, well she reminds me of things I shouldn't do.
Well, good thing she didn't say girls with neck tattoos.
Right? Man, don't even tell me, because like I would like to, if I wasn't such a pussy. I like tattoos. I don't like the pain, Actually, my neck tattoo was my least one that hurt out of all my tattoos. Yeah. And you also have your hand though.
Yeah, I think it also depends on the actual tattoo artist, if their hand's heavy or not. And I was fortunate to have like a person who had a light hand. So it didn't hurt.
I do have the back of my ears like closer to my head. Those fucking sucked. I didn't finish them.
I have a chest piece. It's my Jesus piece. And that one made me never want to get a tattoo ever in my life again.
But you went back.
But I did. That's when you do the, oh.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, welcome into the show. It's another episode of Here's to You, the podcast. As you can hear, we have a couple of voices in the room right now. If you're watching, you can see our guest Kara Billie today.
Hello, my favorite risk
famous
taker.
Fanister McAllister.
Hello.
And we have a digital media assistant for auditioning today.
Hell yeah.
It's our boy Corey over there.
Shout
that
out to
you can
Corey.
hear.
He brought us some limes.
Yes.
He did.
He's the GOAT for that one.
He is the GOAT, even though he doesn't have a neck tattoo, but he's the GOAT.
Exactly. Kara, welcome into the show. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. I'm ready for this mocktail y'all decided to make.
Oh, you're gonna be excited for it. It's a virgin cucumber gimlet. So like we actually have some like non-alcoholic gin. Sorry, Corey, I don't know if like Dusty told you that we were gonna have non-alcohol today. Okay, good.
No Sunday fun day today, you guys.
No Sunday fun day. But like, no, Kara, we're super excited to have you on because like you're a serial entrepreneur and you wear so many hats. I mean, like you're a powerhouse in real estate. Like that's your like main gig, right? But like you're also a visionary. So like that's what started Shop Risky. That's what you've been going into now. And you're the voice and that energy behind Power Talks.
Yes.
So like you're doing quite a bit.
I'm all over the place. Sometimes I'm like, do I need to stop or do I need to just keep going?
Is that the ADHD?
I haven't been officially diagnosed, but you know, I might have to get that checked out.
Yeah. I love neurospicy people.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was born like this.
You were born this way?
I was born this way. Shout out to Lady Gaga. Is that her?
Yeah, it's Lady Gaga. Yeah. So like when you hear the word risk, speaking of, like what's the first moment in your career that kind of comes to mind?
Starting Shop Risky. So Shop Risky, shout out to the followers back in 2016 is when I started Shop Risky, but it was actually Risky Vintage.
Okay.
So I actually rebranded throughout the years, and how that started off was I had just had my first kid, and I was a new mom. And
So that was like 10 years ago, right?
yes, a decade ago. Oh, don't remind me.
Yeah. It's okay. You're beautiful.
10 years ago. And mind you, during this time, a lot of people weren't really supporting the entrepreneur journey. It was more like 9 to 5 career, you know, versus you fast forward today. It's like everybody wants to be an entrepreneur, which I 100% support. I feel like there should be some independence when it comes to, you know, just you being a human being on earth. I feel like everybody has that creative spirit that has been either untouched or has been touched but doesn't know how to express it. And for me, just really going through the fashion industry in the world, I always had an eye of the tiger. Like thrifting was my thing. I would just thrift for fun. I would dress up my friends and they would go in my closet and buy my clothes. And so it was just like, I feel like it was part of my destiny. It's part of my journey that I didn't know existed at the time. And then when I had my son, you know, I was just like, I don't want to go and work at a job. I want the freedom to be with him. I want to be able to say no. I don't want to get up today if I'm not feeling it. You know, just really have my own way of doing things. And I feel like, you know, every job that I had, it just kind of limited me, put me in a box. And I've always been like a risk taker in that way of like, if you tell me to do this, I'm going to do the opposite. And it got me in trouble a lot. But there was some times where it was just like, I'm glad I made that decision. And so through that journey, I kind of was like, okay, what do I want to do? What am I good at? And fashion was just kind of my thing. And everybody was like, you need to start something out of this. All my friends were like, you know, you could personal style, you could do this, you could do that.
Yeah.
And so through that journey, I just started selling my clothes to my friends. I made, at the time, I don't know if you guys heard of like Depop. Have you guys ever shopped on Depop?
Depop.
I've heard of it.
Depop, Poshmark.
Oh yeah.
Those
Poshmark.
secondhand
Yeah.
apps. Well, back in the day, they still exist. Well,
Yeah.
would you consider 10 years ago back in the day?
Not for me.
Yeah, not for me.
personally, but
I get what you're saying.
I'm like,
Yeah.
that's like a chapter, like a.
It
to
is
me,
a chapter,
that's like
but
a
I hate to
decade.
think of it like that because I'm like, no, that was just yesterday.
I just feel like because the world has changed so much.
It really
since
has,
then
though.
that
No,
I'm
it's
like,
fair.
oh my God, that was a long time ago, but maybe it's not.
No, it's fair because like I was in Detroit back in like 2017 and I went to I can't remember the name, the Henry Ford Museum, and they already had, and this is like 2017, and they already had a whole section of 2000s memorabilia, and I was like, damn, like that though.
It's like that. It's
That
like
was
that.
that was quick.
I accepted it.
Yeah, I was like, what do you mean? Like, we're just talking about 17 years.
Right. It doesn't seem that far away.
Yeah.
But to many, like my son, it's been
Oh,
a while.
that's true. That's true. That's true.
He's like, you're that. Okay. We're not going to do the math on that.
Yeah. He's probably like, you're older than Google.
Right.
Like when
Were
they
you
find
around with slavery? I'm like, we're kind of still in it, but
Yeah.
that's
That's another topic for another day.
But yeah, through that journey, I just decided like, hey, I'm going to take a risk on myself. Like if I'm going to bet on anybody in this world, it's going to be myself. And I didn't go into the mindset of like, am I going to fail? Am I going to, my number one thing is like, look, if it works out, it's supposed to be for me. If it doesn't, then I'll just find a way to make it work. Like there was no plan B for me. I just was like, I'm going to go for this. So through that journey, I was like, okay, what is something that really relates to me? And it was just risk taking, just stepping out my comfort zone, trying something new, because like I had conversations with you earlier, I was just always the type to just react off of what I wanted to do. And I've always been that way since I was a kid.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I know I want to make a brand. What do I want to do with this? I'm good at selling clothes. Why not resell clothes?
Yeah.
So I started on Poshmark and Depop back in the day, and started a whole store, and it was doing great. And then one of my greatest moments happened, because during this time I was really mapping out like, what do I want my brand to represent? And I was like, okay, risk taking. So I'm like, okay, risky vintage. That's how risky vintage happened. And then my brand was just take risk. I really enjoyed watching people try out the craziest outfit and like just making the world be like, who is that, like, just standing out and not being like everybody else. And so I was helping people kind of explore their identity through fashion because of that, because I'm dealing with people who they want to try new things, but they just don't know how to, and they want to explore that through fashion. Yeah,
because a lot of times people will want to follow trends, which is fine, right? Like, because fashion is trends.
Yes.
A lot of the times, like, now that I can't wear skinny jeans, but I'm gonna fucking do whatever the fuck I want.
Exactly.
Like, I'm gonna wear skinny jeans because I'm gonna wear skinny jeans.
Exactly.
But like, I think to your point, there is just a lot of noise all the time, and then you just don't know how to be expressive or afraid to be expressive too, just because like people are a bit judgmental.
Yes. So I've always admired people who didn't give a fuck, essentially. They're just like, I'm gonna be me, and if the world don't accept it, that's just what it is. The people who do, those are the ones that are my people. Yeah, you'll find your people. Yeah. And through that, I formed Risky Vintage, and then I had sold a Dior bikini to a pop star that I didn't know was a pop star at the time, because I wasn't really listening to like pop music at the time. But I don't know if you guys know who she is. It's Madison Bear. Do you know who that is?
Oh yeah, I do know. Yeah, I do know who she is.
And she was really cool, and she bought a Dior bikini from me, a vintage one. And then I wrote, and she like blew up my store on Depop. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna start my own store on Instagram. So I went and made a page, and I told all my clients because I had consistent clients through those platforms. So if you ever want to get into selling your clothes, like you can totally start there and then branch out to and do your own thing. So bought something, and I asked her if she could tag me on Instagram. I told her I was bringing my store to Instagram, and I wasn't going to be on the platforms anymore. And she said, oh, of course. And she reposted me, and my store just blew up. And from there, just kind of my journey just took off. And I think if I would have never took that risk on betting in myself, like I would have never knew what was possible.
So at that time, were you full-time already into risk take?
I was half-time mom.
Okay.
So
right. Okay.
I was a stay-at-home mom, but I was selling clothes on the side.
Damn.
Yeah, but that was kind of full-time. But I wasn't fully in. I was kind of still in and out. You know what I mean? I wasn't taking it. I was kind of taking it as a hobby, but I was in the process of building a business, but I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just I didn't have a mentor. I don't feel like social media was as advanced as it is today, where you can open up an app and they can just show you how to do that. So I just had to like figure it out, trial through error. And I'm actually glad I did it that way. Yeah.
So then, like, what leads you into real estate though?
So 10 years later, moved to Wichita. I did that for 10 years. I was in the fashion industry, from building up my brand, worked with influencers, fashion stylists. I traveled from LA to New York, constantly, constantly doing productions, fashion shows. And it was great. I'm not gonna lie. It was a lot of the best years of my life. But as my son started to get older, I had to start thinking about like where I wanted, to be planted and grow in that area. And so I opened up a shop here in Wichita. So if you guys went and shopped at Shop Risky, shout out to you guys. I actually still get calls.
Oh, I love it.
People still call me like, hey, where's your store? And I'm like, oh, it's not there anymore.
Yeah.
But they find my numbers. So.
Oh, I love it.
And they reach out to me. So through that process is how I got into real estate. I opened up a store in Delano. I wish I would have known y'all when that happened, because I would have totally styled y'all.
Oh, wait, what are you saying? Do I look like shit? Y'all, she just told me I look like shit.
No,
are you about to tell me that this blue hair doesn't look good on me? Because like those tests where it's like you can do a test to see if like that's your skin tone, or like your skin tone, what colors will match with you and what will work and what won't. Like, I'm so afraid to do things like that because I don't want them to tell me to take off the blue. Like, I don't want them to be like, that's not your color.
The blue fits you.
Okay.
It wouldn't fit me though.
I was about to be like, bitch.
Well, I asked y'all the best question y'all get asked, and that was, are you a thrifter? Because if I ask you that means I sense some type of style and identity within you.
Okay.
I know that's like a deep, like, I turn that in, but if I don't ask you if you're a thrifter, I know you're not one.
You're like, nah, they don't got. Okay, so say you had a stylist, like, what would you do?
Well, I would do something completely opposite of what you're not comfortable with.
Yeah.
I would totally get you out of your comfort zone. So what do you normally like to wear? You seem like you wear some crazy shit.
Yeah, sometimes. Like, or like, I like just like weird things.
Okay.
I like weird things.
Up my alley.
Yeah, like just things that you're like, oh, those are some interesting pants. Like, you sure you want to wear that? And it's like, yeah, they have faces on them. Like, I want to wear these pants. They look cool. I like things like that, but then also sometimes I feel like I can be a little alternative in that side.
Alternative, like what? Like emo?
Yeah,
I see that.
Yeah, it's the blue. It's the blue. I know. It's the eyeliner. Yeah. I did eyeliner one time in middle school, and then I never looked back. And when I die, like, someone will need to put some eyeliner on me too, because I'm gonna be. If I do not die with eyeliner, like, I'm gonna be really upset, and I might come back and haunt everybody.
Put that eyeliner on her, please.
Yeah.
We don't need that.
It needs to be winged. It needs to be winged.
And I asked Dusty about his. Look at this jersey. Can we take a moment? Like, I actually appreciate that it has some character to it. It looks like it's been worn like 50 times.
I have worn it probably at least 50 times.
That's what I appreciate. The history.
The history. You do have really cool ass jerseys though.
I don't even think Dusty realizes his style.
No, he does have good jerseys. I mean, like, actually, you do have good style, because, like, I feel like when you wear your backpacks, I like, a lot of dudes would not wear backpacks like that. Like, I don't know. I appreciate that. Like, I think
what kind of
like
backpacks do you wear?
Like
he
loves
those
those little mini ones, like little anime girls wear, like the little.
I don't know. If I see you wearing that.
They're cool. No, like, for real, they're
like,
cool.
Sometimes I roll up to the DJ gig and I only need to bring like my flash drive and headphones, so I'll just throw it into that little bag instead of like my bigger bag.
Okay, we need a picture of that.
Yeah, like he has like Hello Kitty ones too. He's really into Hello Kitty.
I have Hello Kitty shirts.
Yeah, but I thought you had a bag.
My bags are anime bags.
And I thought you had a Hello Kitty one.
No, them things are kind of pricey. So.
Oh, because I'm thinking of that one time that we went to Box Lunch.
Yeah.
Right, that's what it's called.
And I was like, look how dope this bag is.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
I'm a bag man. I like bags.
Okay. He has a lot of bags.
I'm trying to picture you with a Hello Kitty bag.
No, we have some on Instagram, like the pic where you fucking farted on me. For Christmas, like, you were wearing a backpack.
I am wearing the backpack in that picture.
Yeah, you're wearing a backpack in that picture.
Okay, does your fart stink?
Yeah, bro.
I mean, it depends on
like,
no, because sometimes
people's
farts do not stink.
No, his farts stink.
It depends on what has been eaten, that day.
No, and they're fucking loud.
Oh.
Sometimes.
I don't know how
Sometimes
we
I get the ninja ones that come through.
And then
the ninja
like,
ones are in and out like quick. Like what the fuck happened? Like
have you seen those?
you like jump and karate chop because you're just like what?
Yeah. Have you seen those reels lately that have been coming out where it's like a girl who she's like a really, really pretty girl, and then it's like, oh, I wonder why she's over there all alone in this corner, and then like it zooms into her and it's like, and it's her fucking farting it up.
That would be me. But nobody would know.
That's not
You're on Power
is that the same? Is that
Nobody would know.
There's the other one where like the guy's coming to talk to her. She's like in the corner.
Yeah. That's
He's
the trend I'm talking about. Yeah.
And then she just casually walks off.
He's
and
trying
he's
to
like,
hit on
what
her.
the fuck?
Yeah.
It stinks over here.
What are you doing over here? It's like, I came over here to fart.
Yes, that's the trend I'm talking about. Yeah.
I haven't seen that trend.
No.
Your guys' algorithm will probably be crazy. I'm worried about it.
What's on your algorithm? Like what? Like it, on your Instagram or
A lot
TikTok
of
or
fashion.
Okay.
A lot of fashions. A lot of quotes.
A lot of
And
quotes.
a lot of podcasts.
Yeah.
Stuff like this.
Yeah.
Get up and win. You know, when you're about to sit down, get your ass up or you're lazy. Okay.
Yeah.
Get up.
Yeah.
Just motivational stuff. Or like healthy recipes.
Okay.
Trying to get on my
Yeah.
healthy vibes.
Mine is like tattoos, like some painting, podcasts, and then like a bunch of dumb bullshit. Like and it'll
farting videos.
No,
Oh.
that happens because of this guy, and he fucks up my algorithm. But like when he starts sending me all this shit, I'm like, stop sending me stuff like this.
Oh, so people can mess up your algorithm that
Yeah,
way?
they can.
Oh, wow.
If you're
Okay.
interacting with it too, like say,
Like if you're watching it and then you open it and you okay.
yeah, because that's how the algorithms work. I work in tech.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm like, how does she know so much shit? You should, like,
Yeah. But yeah, no. And then like also I speak Spanish. I love when I get on like Spanish Instagram stuff. Like when I get all the Spanish stuff, like I don't know, they're really funny to me.
I unfortunately don't, but I want to learn.
Yeah.
I should.
Yeah, you should.
I feel like that kind of got lost in a lot of our ancestral culture.
Right, because you said that you are Native American. You're also Mexican.
Yo soy mexicana. Ooh, I know how to say that.
Everyone wants to be Latina lately, but they need some sazon. No, I'm kidding.
Sazon.
No, that was good.
Yeah, okay,
You did good.
And Selena is my favorite artist.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
No, I really did grow up on Selena though.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
She's that girl.
she is that girl. She died when I was born, which was really sad. Well,
What do
a
you
couple
think-
months later.
Do you think she would still be making music if she was alive today?
I think she would have.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah. But I think her dad was a little controlling too, a bit.
I mean, he was probably overly protective. You know, Spanish dads and
Yeah, they are
They're
very
like-
overprotective. My dad was very strict, which is why I have blue hair and tattoos now.
exactly.
Yeah, when he tries to tell me something, I'm like, it's kind of your fault because you also told me you taught me how to be a man when I was a girl, and so now I'm doing
on the flip
shit.
side, my dad actually gave me the freedom, and I still was wild. So.
Yeah. So yeah, where do you get the risky from then?
Probably my parents. They were always just very free and a little wild. So I think it's just in my DNA.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always been that way as a child. I don't know. My teachers used to say like, you should be a lawyer because
Same.
I love to argue.
Yeah. when I was,
But I had good points. And I had good questions.
No, exactly. I used to, when I was little, I wanted to be a Supreme Court justice. That's what I wanted to do. Yeah.
Love that.
But like still with all the shit that I look like. Like I
Same.
wouldn't just change my style because of that. You know?
That's really what I'm trying to do in real estate. You know, I have actually girls reach out to me all the time and just ask me about like, hey, I want to get into real estate, but it's a very intimidating industry when you think about it, because you feel like you have to present yourself in a certain way. You feel like you have to look a certain way. Yep. And especially I'm just like coming in just tattooed up and freaking streetwear, like, yep, I'm here for the meeting, and you know, just myself, and still doing deals, still, you know, making money. So I think it's just setting a new example that like that's not how it's supposed to be, and that's how it's not going to be in a couple of years. And I'm actually loving it because even me getting into real estate, that was one of my first thoughts too. You know, I'm walking in a room full of older men and they're all suited up, and I'm just like, oh, I'm this
in your jersey,
walking in like, hey, and they're like, this girl does not belong here, but I do. And so you just create your space, and you know, you make that space and you curate that space, and you know, you just have to really build that confidence that's like, yeah, I deserve to be here too. And if not, create your own table.
Yeah, facts. What side of real estate are you in? Are you in retail or commercial, or?
I'm in residential. Well, when I first,
that guy. That's what I meant to say.
Well, when I
retail,
first,
the same shit.
Before I got my license, I actually started working with the company that did rent to owns and owner financing. So these are other creative strategies that people may not or may know about. So I was actually grateful. I didn't know at the time that these creative strategies will actually be very beneficial for me to learn early on, but I'm glad I did. And then when I got my license, I got into a residential brokerage. My first broker, she was from Kenya. She was such a boss.
You said
Shout
that.
out to Jemima. Okay, love her. She taught me a lot. And through that, I learned a lot of structure. I learned a lot of discipline. I did a lot of first-time home buyers. But I knew early on when I got into real estate, just through owning my store, I wanted to get in commercial real estate. So I eventually had to split ways with her and get with a commercial broker. And so I worked with the commercial broker for almost a year and learned all about the commercial side. Then overall, I just got into investment properties. So investment properties can be residential or commercial. And going back to your original question, I don't think I answered because of my ADHD.
That's all right. Sorry. This is how the pod goes. Like, we're just gonna do
I'm
this
just
a lot.
everywhere.
We're gonna do this a lot.
But full circle moment. You originally asked me how I got into real estate, and it was because when I opened up my store, I was on the leasing side as a tenant. And I was learning a lot of like, man, I was like, I could own a building and make, you know, have somebody pay for my rent instead of me paying out money and paying somebody else's mortgage on this whole building. And from there, it just kind of motivated me when my lease was up to try out real estate and learn, because I knew it would give me the advantage of learning about financial structure and also putting me in the rooms with people who have these big portfolios and have these restaurant owners, you know, apartment owners, you know, just all of what's behind the scenes. And I was always curious to know, just for my knowledge, so that I can teach my people and my family and, you know, for myself. So that's kind of
well, commercial real estate for sure does have a different feel to it. Like, as in, like, again, you're talking suits, you're talking like, or commercial investment property, all of that. Like, it's not typical people who might look like you, right? Or like, if we're talking about the stereotype, which is great that like you're in it in that sense. How'd you get, like, because to even get it, like, we're talking big money. What'd you do?
Hey, I sold my first office building this year.
Hey, congrats.
So I've knocked out a lot of things. I wanted, you know, real estate, you get in it and you're kind of like, this is what I want to do, but it could go either way. You know, there's just so many avenues and ways that you can go. But I will say this, I wasn't getting into real estate to be a realtor my whole life. I knew I wanted to be on the investment side. So I'm like, okay, if I want to be an investor, I need to place myself in these rooms with people who are investors, because then I know how they think, I know how they move, I know what they do with their money. And from there, you know, I got into property management. I have a client out in Virginia and I manage his properties here. And he won't see this, so I'll say through that experience, just learning, when he decides he wants to sell his portfolio off, I will step in and hopefully pitch myself
Yeah.
to get in there and maybe I can own the portfolio. So, I think just going through the journey, being intentional about what you want to do with that career. Some people, they just like the buying and selling and, helping out with the home buyers, for example. And I enjoy that too. And I still do that. So if you are a first time home buyer, feel free to come to me because I do work with a lot of first time home buyers. A lot of agents don't like to because it's a very emotional process. People, they just, they're emotional beings.
Yeah.
And that's a big risk to take. And that's a big, that's a process that sometimes can be overwhelming for people. So I think with my emotional intelligence, my patience, and my understanding through my motherhood, from me being a mom, is helped me with understanding people and being patient with people in that way. So
yeah,
I still like to do the first time home buying, but I'm more on the investment property side of things right now.
Yeah. So like, again, you're using your momhood as like your empathy, really, like that's your main thing that you're using as you're going into real estate. But like something that we also talked about a little bit, or even just like with fashion risks too, like sometimes as a woman in a very male dominated industry, there's a lot of over sexualization sometimes, right? So like kind of let's talk about some of the hardest stereotypes that you've had to deal with.
Well, Dusty, I want to ask you, how do you feel about that?
It sucks.
Do you see it? Okay, this is an
like,
honest question. Do you see it on your side of things? Like as a male, do you ever witness that? I don't, like in, your years of living, have you ever witnessed a guy sexualize a woman in a professional manner or?
Like in a professional manner or setting?
Yeah. I'm always curious to see if a male, because I know we know,
hell yeah.
but I'm always curious to hear if like a male ever catches on to that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like not like, I'm trying to think, like probably not really at most of the day jobs I can think of that I've had throughout the years. But I mean, like it's essentially what Twin Peaks is.
Right. Yeah.
You walk in there and it's.
But that's a setting.
Yeah, that's
like,
a different
is created
setting
for that.
Yeah.
I used to
like
work at
where
Hooters.
it's not. I mean,
like in your day, I guess your day-to-day jobs.
How about like at the club or something when I'm DJing?
Right. Like I feel like that's a different setting too. Like I'm not talking that it's okay to like come up and grope a girl, right? Obviously.
Yeah.
But like you're out and about, like we're talking about like in the workplace. Like have you ever like seen like a dude really. Or like like
places where there's HR to worry about?
Yeah.
Essentially what you're saying. Yeah, not with my own eyes. No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's always stuff that does happen and then you like might hear about it.
Yeah. I wonder too, like if guys ever like hear or like catch on to that, because like there would be times that like, because again I do work a corporate job, but like in my previous corporate job, man, like I remember that like, and even like earlier on in my career, I feel like older I try to just kind of stay away, or there is certain stuff like in my corporate career, like I won't wear certain clothing like skirts or dresses very much, because like I have been sexualized at work and I don't like that. But like this one time, like I was just wearing these jeans that, I mean, these slacks that, yes, they do fit nice, but like all of my slacks fit like that. I'm sorry, I'm Latina.
Sometimes
like,
you just can't help it.
Yeah. And like, dude, like I was walking out of work and like, this was somebody else who works there. Like he literally whistled at me. It was the most uncomfortable thing ever. This other time, like I was setting up like for a meeting that we were doing, and this dude just like walked by and like came up to me and started like trying to talk to me and like, hey, like I'd like to volunteer. How can I volunteer with you? And I'm like, oh, I can connect you to this person. And then he was like, but I want to hear from you. And I'm like,
no, you already then gave off creepy vibes.
Dude. And then like it always happens to me that like my boss is around too, or like someone walks around when that happens, and I feel like the girl always the one that looks bad. Like even if it's a girl too, like that is the boss, like when they see a dude doing that to you, like I feel like I'm the one that looks bad. Like, it's never the dude that looks bad.
Yeah.
It's always like, okay, well, why were you wearing that? Why were you in that position to be in there? And it's like, what the fuck? Like, I was just doing my job.
Yep. So I experienced that. I had a conference I had a commercial conference in Las Vegas, and my old broker, who I'm no longer with, thank God, he had made a comment. Me and the girls had picked out cute outfits we were excited for, you know, because we're not really focused on who we're gonna attract in that way, because our mind is not like, oh, you know, wondering what other people are gonna think. It's just going like, hey, we want to look aesthetically cute, and you know, those type of things. And he had made a comment that I had dressed like sexually, and I literally just had a nice like skirt 2-piece, but the skirt was, you know, past my
like
my
a pencil
hands.
skirt.
Yeah, exactly. But either way it goes, it's like,
Yeah.
you're still sexualizing something that isn't supposed to be sexualized in the first place.
Or even as simple as red lipstick.
Yeah.
Like, I've been in places where like they've said like, don't be wearing red lipstick around
It's
here.
like, dude, I can get attention wearing the most bummy ass clothes.
Yeah.
You think I want attention in this? Like, no.
Yeah.
So it's just, I deal with it. I feel like I deal with it a lot. Not so much more about a comment, like, in per se, but it's just like, hey, let's meet up for a drink. And then when we meet up, it's like conversations about, hey, so like, you know, what do you like to do? And I'm like, okay, well, what about this deal? Can we get a deal done? You know? And then after that, it's just kind of like, I don't even want to deal with you anymore, because you already put me in that bracket. And then it kind of offends me in a way of like, you not taking me serious. And, you know, already as a woman, I feel like that's a fight and a battle itself.
All the time. Yeah. Like that you're trying to like be like, yeah, this is who I am. Can you look at my skill set?
Yes.
Can you
but
see
then
that?
also the risk taker, fierce side of me is just like, I'm not gonna dumb myself down for this guy. Like, I'm still gonna wear what I want to wear.
Yeah.
But obviously, you know, sometimes in certain situations, I do watch what I wear just because I know the reactions that I will get.
Yeah.
But I also try to not make that, you know, dumb down my light, or whatever you should say, you know, like my confidence when I come in the room, because it's like they're immediately going to that thought process. It's more so you can feel it than the actual words itself.
Yeah. But then, like, you know, how do I say this? Like, I think for the times that you're out in a business deal and you're trying to get them to talk about the deal, and then they start to talk to you about something else, like, to some degree, I feel like you're always trying to get them to go back on track. And it does kind of suck that like you're trying to play this like, come back over here instead. And where, like, you know, versus like, when do you just like say, okay, we're done, you know, or because like you also ending something abruptly, it goes back on you.
Yeah.
It doesn't go back on him.
I think also it's you just have to know that person, or like navigate the situation, because, you know, when you are in real estate, it is about relationships.
Yeah.
So sometimes people just want to get to know you.
True.
You know?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, like,
it's
you can
like they
sense
just
when
like,
it's,
yeah, we'll get to the numbers and we'll get to this, but who are you? Because sometimes, believe it or not, people want to work with you because they like you as a person. Most of the time, that's probably 99% of the time.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, we have these conversations, but then when it gets to certain like comments or you can feel the flirtation,
you can feel it.
then it's a little uncomfortable. But, you know, sometimes you just play friendly and you know, keep that conversation going and kind of ignore. And if it's friendly little, you know, slick comments, you're like, okay, I can ignore that and move on. But if it's like consistently and you know it's going to be an issue, then you just, you know, from there you get the deal done, and then if not, you just move on.
Yeah.
At that point.
For sure. Yeah. Like, so I was gonna say, like, Dusty, even like just curious, because like you're also pretty ambitious as a dude. Like, you do a lot of shit, like, you know, DJ, podcasts, other stuff. I mean, you don't think of yourself in that way. I know you don't.
I need to come see you DJ. Where do you DJ at?
Next Friday I'll be at the Dive. This will already have passed by the time everybody hears this, but yeah, I'll be at the Dive next week. And then,
well, where are you at consistently, or is it just
I'm nowhere
sporadic?
Consistently.
Oh, just sporadic. The DJ life.
Yeah.
Do you do your own events?
Not really. Just people hit me up and like, hey, you want to do this? And then I think about it.
You're like, do I want to do it
Isn't
or
Dusty
not?
a great businessman, you guys? Like, so like, you see how he does that? This is how fun it is to be business partners in a podcast together.
Hey, the freedom
I mean,
of choosing what you want to
done,
do, not what you have to do.
You know, like my cousin does the ICT Bazaar stuff. He usually has me come out and provide
Wait, who's
the
your
music.
cousin?
Danny.
Oh, okay. I know Danny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I remember you guys doing
He has dummy
stuff
apparel.
back in the day.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shout out to Danny.
So do those at the end of the month. I got a K-pop event doing that. A couple
You're
weddings
my
a year.
soda pop. You're my soda pop.
Yeah,
That's the only K-pop song I know.
that's the one everybody knows right now.
And they do that little shoulder dance with it.
See, like, I need
Yeah,
to know about
you
these
know.
trends. I don't know shit about them.
Couple weddings a year when I feel
Okay.
like it. You know, just whatever.
The
Mhm.
weddings are fun.
Yeah. I was bringing it up because, like, sometimes it feels like as a woman, sometimes you get punished for being too ambitious
Mm.
versus a man has a different type of, you know, connotation to it. Like, as a woman being too ambitious, you're selfish. You are not doing this whole, like, momhood thing. Instead, you are too focused on something else instead of focusing on the relationship. You are way too all over the place. Why can't you just be comfortable? You know, like all these other like little things like that. And where like as a guy, when you're ambitious, like girls flock to you. But when you're a girl who's ambitious, sometimes like men are off by you.
Is that true, Dusty?
I'm curious.
Not for me, but I mean, to
Could that be
some men,
intimid? Is it because of the intimidation or?
probably.
Okay, I can see that. I'm trying to think of the reasons why a guy would hate on a woman being ambitious. Just
Well,
because
like it's not like the hate necessarily. It's this like,
what you should be doing.
yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Like your role in life, I
Yeah,
guess.
like
Yeah.
the role part. I think that's what it is. It's not the hate.
Because I'm going to be honest with y'all, because I've been so ambitious my whole life and been an entrepreneur, you know, the type of men, like the men that would be attracted to me love that ambitious part of me. Like that'd be the number one thing that they would mention. And I was like,
They love it
red
up to
flag.
a point though. Yeah. Why red flag?
Because
But,
it's
like, I think I hear what
feel
you're
like
saying, though.
it's like they like the thought of it
Yes,
and the
that's what I'm
fantasy
saying.
of it, and it sounds good,
Yes.
but they don't really know what that entails.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Like,
And then
they
when
love
I-
it to a point.
exactly.
But when it's real,
when
and
I don't
it's-
have all the time in the world
Yes.
to give,
now you're selfish.
now it's like
Now
okay.
you're not making time for me. Now you're not
Exactly.
giving me things that I'm wanting. And now it's like, okay, well, like, why don't you want to grow with me?
Yeah,
You know, or whatever. Or it's like, I'm not asking you to give up your shit.
right.
Yeah.
I think I grew up really super independent, and I had to really learn how to not dumb that down, but really learn the other aspects of women that men could appreciate, that I would needed to cultivate within myself. And I think motherhood taught me a lot of that, because before I grew up, I seen a lot of women in my life, from my mom, from my aunts. They always was hustlers, hard workers, like, but to the point where they would be like exhausting to watch. And so I think I just grew up.
Even the women in your life?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
All
But I
of
thought you
them.
were. Oh, okay. Go.
Yes, all the women in my life have been hustlers, and even my dad. So I just think I grew up seeing that, and I felt like, okay, as a young child, I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to. That's my responsibility. That's nobody else's responsibility. So I've never been dependent on anybody until I got with my son's father, and he really had to break down those walls. And I'm saying, break them down with a chainsaw. And now I'm totally like, yeah, if you want to take care of me, take care of me. Fine by me.
It's a hard like thing to navigate, I think. But I'm kind of surprised that like, or I guess like for me, there's a lot of generational things in my background, like where I was the first woman to own my home, to own my car, to have a career on my own, to do things on my own, from both sides of my family. So
wow.
like, yeah.
Has it always been the men?
Yeah.
Oh.
Very gender role
Wow.
in how I grew up. I mean, the women do a lot. Don't get me wrong. Like my mom and my dad were definitely partners, and my dad always talks about her as like, if it wasn't for her, I would not be where I was at or am at. And my dad's super ambitious, and I feel like I get a lot of that from him. But just like, is different is what I'm saying.
So what did that do for you growing up then?
Like it was kind of like my dad, I grow up seeing him take risks all the time too. So like he has his full-time job, but then he would like always start a business whenever the heck he wanted, or just like there would be something happening and he would be like, oh, okay, we're gonna start this now. Or like there was like a bunch of hail damage one year in Dodge, and he was just like, well, I don't know anything about roofing, but we're gonna start a roofing company.
Oh, that sounds like me.
Yeah. And then and like he just was always starting something. And my mom was always very supportive and also was very in on it too. But like I think that I saw the gender roles like, but because my family's a bit traditional, like there's a lot of gender roles in the, like even like the woman has to serve the guy, like as in the food. And like I grew up where like the kids are eating first, then the men are eating, and then the women are eating last. Typically now it has finally switched a little bit, but like those are things that I didn't want for myself. Like I wanted a partner who wanted to be a partner,
Like wanted to be equal, or
well, that like that we're not talking about these basic human things as gender roles. Like to be able to cook is not a gender role. It's not a female role to do that. It's not a male's role to do that. Like we all have to fucking eat.
I actually have a theory that men cook better than women.
Yeah.
Just saying.
yeah. So like even things
We've been
like
lied to this whole time.
Yeah.
No, I actually see, and because I think, from my background is complete opposite from you, so I appreciate those traditional roles. Like those are the roles that I wanted.
Yeah.
So it's
like
crazy.
You want to be like a stay-at-home mom and be the one that's always, you want to be the one that eats last.
Yeah.
You want to be the one that like when something bad is happening, you keep it to yourself and you don't say anything.
No.
Because that's what this includes.
Oh no, I'm thinking more
as a woman, you're not allowed to do that.
I'm thinking more of like you
definitely want to have a neck tattoo.
I'm talking more of like just the nurturing aspect, like of a mom's role of like the giver. And there's a give and take in relationships in general, but I'm talking more of like the traditional of the man being the provider, but not being more of the controller. See, that sounds like a controlling situation. That is not the traditional roles. I think it's the man has the respect for the woman to give her space to grow as a woman and to be whoever she would like to be in this world, but be that supporter in that way. And then the woman, letting the man provide and lead and allowing herself to grow as a woman and becoming a better woman every day in her own way. So I don't really think traditional roles is like, you're only stuck doing this and you're only stuck doing this, but it is, roles in, that women are gifted with and men are gifted with, and we should like appreciate that and kind of grow in those ways. So yeah, that sounded a little controlling. That wouldn't work for me.
Yeah. I think there is something though, like I think what you're talking about, right, is like submissive. Like being able to submit to each other.
Yes, 100%. I think
but
that's
I'm not
important
hearing you say how the men is going to submit to the woman, so I'm kind of curious on that take.
Yeah, just allowing the woman, allowing the woman to go
but
through
you're
her
saying
woman
allowing
phases.
Though like that's different than submitting.
Yeah, I mean, when you allow somebody, that's giving, in my way of allowing is just allowing a person to, like how my son, like when he acts up or something and he's throwing a fit, I'm allowing him to, be able to get that all out, and then we talk or whatever the case is. But if I don't allow him to do that, then I'm stepping in and I'm like, don't do that. Like this is what you need to do. Da, 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 da. So I think just allowing is just one of those space that you're giving somebody a space to kind of decide what they want to do with that energy and things like that. So it's not more so of a space of like, okay, I'll allow you to do this. I get what you're saying. Like in that way, I guess, I don't know what a better term would be, but you know, that's not the position that I'm coming in from. I do think that traditional roles are beautiful though, as long as they're both respected and they're able to be themselves in a relationship.
Yeah. That's a different hot take because, like, you know, I feel like we're hearing the other side right now.
Yeah. I know. I'm not liking it as a woman. I'm not liking it. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not liking it because I think I've always supported that as a woman. You're, you know, having your own thing, having this and having that. But I'm not liking the division of, you know, a woman this and the hierarchies of men and women. I just think it's gotten out of control and I don't agree with it. I love that women, you know, are standing up for themselves and, you know, being who they are and getting their own money. I love that, but I also think everybody needs somebody. You know, and it's kind of sad to see that the division of the men and women right now, because honestly, people complain that there's nobody, but yet they're, you know, creating that space to not meet anybody because of that mindset that they're going through. Yeah,
when you're speaking on the types and the generalizations, often like that's what you're attracting. You're not attracting the openness.
Right.
Yeah. Speaking of things that we're gonna attract, let's finally get onto this drink.
Yeah.
So we're gonna take a quick break and then we're gonna come back.
Yay.
Here's to You is supported by One Life Spirits. One Life Spirits is built on purpose, culture, good people, and good drinks, so you can live one life to the fullest.
That means shots that are smooth, tasteful, and pair perfectly with a lime, or our favorite, an orange, because if you're still chasing tequila with a lime, what are you doing? That orange slice brings out the bright citrus notes of Una Vida Blanco, which is smooth, authentic, and tasteful, like myself.
Plus, Una Vida is 100% additive free, so you're enjoying tequila in its purest form without the hangover regret.
Yeah, because it takes us 3 to 5 business days to recover now, and anxiety is not my friend.
That's why you should stick with Una Vida or try cocktails instead of shots.
Okay, a little.
One Life Spirits also crafts El Trago, High Post vodkas, and Le Bon whiskey, all bold, smooth, and made to share. Whether it's game night, date night, or just Tuesday night, they've got the pours covered.
Because it's not just about taste, but it's about that feeling. And we're proud spirit snobs, so treat yourself. Visit onelifespirits.com, swing by the One Life Spirits bar inside of El Primo, or grab a bottle at your local liquor store.
Cheers. Ready when you are.
Okay, ready.
Back at it like a crack addict.
I'm still laughing at that.
You're right. Just having the feeling of a drink just like makes me want to,
Exactly.
you know.
Yeah, you feel included.
Yeah,
you feel included. So tell us about what you think about your virgin cucumber gimlet.
I think it is 10 out of 10.
Oh,
This is my first mocktail and I'm impressed.
Yeah,
I love cucumber, lime, and then honey. Honey is my thing. I can eat a whole thing of honey, so that just adds a little, you know, sweet taste to it. It's perfect.
Yeah.
You should think about being like a mixologist, bartender.
Just for the pod and for anybody who comes over to my house when we're all like after like drinking out, and then we're like, hey, what do you have at your house? Oh, well, all the stuff that we have for the pod, come on over, we'll figure something out.
So was that your first time mixing all those ingredients without, like, this is your first time mixing it or not trying it out? Or have
this was my first time mixing it, so I didn't know how it was going to taste because I didn't have time to practice.
It was
I
good.
do try to practice them beforehand because then because I don't want to be like surprised in the moment. I'm like, fuck, that was disgusting.
Like, this is great.
Yeah, and I'm like, I know I made that shit, you know. But I was so tired last night, and
Why are you so tired last night?
because we had the recording, and and it was just like so. I mean, it's great. I do love talking to people, but I mean, like, I recharge by
Yes.
myself.
I was gonna ask that, like, you guys talking like for so long and so many people. I know me, I have to like zen for like a couple of days. No, I'm kidding, but it feels like that. You know what I mean? I'm like, I have to recharge, and my social battery is like dead.
Yeah. Well, Dusty is actually way more introverted than I am. So like I try to keep in mind like you and how you're gonna be pretty often. Like when I'm scheduling, like you might not think that because like right now it feels like we're like back to back to back to back, but like I do think about it. Or like when someone's like, hey, I want to be on, then let's do meetups. I'm like, I mean, yes, but I feel like Dusty's gonna be dead.
Yeah.
Are you dead today, Dusty?
Usually.
You only said like 5 words.
This is his usual.
It's Sunday.
Like this
Sundays,
is not. Don't be so. This is who he is.
Also,
I'm like, does Dusty like me or not?
Sundays,
Like, what is happening?
Sundays are usually like I'm a little more chill. On
You are,
Sundays.
yeah, you're a chill dude.
Yeah.
On well, you're a chill dude.
guy.
He's a chill guy all the time.
But on Sundays,
Sundays
I'm
extra chill. Yeah.
Like, dang. Okay.
No, it's actually so because Dusty is more introverted and you're more stoic. Like you don't always show like your facial expressions.
Yeah.
And I remember like I would be like sometimes with Dawn I would be like, bro, I can't tell when Dusty's mad, when he's happy, when he's good, when he's not. and then Dawn's like, yeah, none of us can. And I'm like, oh, okay then, I'm good.
Have you always been this way?
Probably. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're just more of like an observer.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, he opens up,
Okay.
but after a while.
Maybe he'll open up after this drink, after this
Yeah.
mocktail.
Yeah, after he pretends that it's alcohol.
All right.
Yeah. No, for the listeners at home, we made a virgin cucumber gimlet. So we'll post this on Here's to You Cast on Instagram and then Here's to You Pod on the TikTok because we're on the TikTok. And by the time you listen to this, I don't know, there might be a surprise on another social platform. So
Ooh.
yeah, just stay tuned to all that so that you can pour this at home. And yeah, it's a mocktail, so you don't have to, get drunk. But we do want to still talk about things that are not sober things next. So you're very open to exploring all your spiritual highs.
We're going there. Huh?
We're going there. We're going there. And so you've been through psychedelics.
Ooh.
Right?
Okay.
Or other substances, whatever. I don't know. Right? So like what have those journeys taught you about yourself and connection?
A lot of those journeys really made me face a lot of my own demons and my own problems that I wouldn't necessarily face in, real time. It also connected me with my inner child because I feel like as we get older, we just start to, get so in our adult life and things get so serious all the time. And when, we're able to, our inner child's able to come out and play and be goofy and things of that nature, like I feel like that's always necessary and needed. And it's just a good reminder. I've had bad experiences too, though.
Yeah.
I've had some scary
Would you be willing to share one?
Yeah, just I feel like, being in a headspace of, you can probably relate to this, of overthinking. You're just like, oh my God, I have this, I have that, I have this, I have this problem,
yeah.
I have this, I need to face this, you need to do that. And it can just be so overwhelming where you just want to just pull out your hair and cry. And it's just, I've had experiences where I've done a shroom trip and things like that and just cried the whole trip.
Oh shit, yeah.
But it also felt like a release.
Oh, okay.
Like it was like everything I was holding in.
Yeah.
It felt like a bad trip, but at the same time, it felt like a release that I needed. That I didn't know I needed.
Yeah. See, for the longest time, like I never wanted to do psychedelics for that reason, or just like
It can be scary
because I'm afraid of that. But now that like my mental health's at a good place, I feel like I can do it. The opportunity hasn't arisen yet.
Yeah. I think I've went through that phase and I think I'm past it. I think I don't have to explore psychedelics anymore. That was more of my earlier younger age, but I've always done it in a way of intentionality. Like I would go all out. Like I would literally go rent a cabin in the woods.
Yeah.
Like crazy medicine woman and literally pray and have my cards. Like it'd be a whole thing.
Damn.
Like
okay, so like tell us, like, if you were to do one today, right? Even though like that was the thing, but how would you do it?
I'd be alone.
Okay.
By myself.
And so like what would be in the planning? Like, would you still do the cabin? Would you still bring the tarot?
Yes.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, I would go somewhere where I could disconnect, and I would literally disconnect from my phone, from everybody, from everything, lock in and journal. I would put on music. I would have light therapy, so I'll bring like a disco ball or a light bulb, and I'd probably go through so many stages. I would cry, I would laugh. You literally would feel like a psychotic person.
Yeah, but you would do that on your own? Like, you wouldn't invite anybody to go with you?
No,
not today. Like, say you did this like in 2 months.
If I were to ever bring somebody with me, it would be my sister.
Okay. Because
I feel like family and your siblings and people like that, when you get two energies so strong together like that, it's so powerful. And me and my sister are so in tuned that we would like be on the same frequency.
Yeah.
But when I go through an experience like that, I feel so much. So if a person's just a little off, then it's gonna throw me off.
Yeah. No, I get that.
But there was a point. It hasn't always been like that, though. A lot of my journeys has always been with people and been with crowds, to the point where I was like, okay, little by little, when I started, really grounding myself, I was like, okay, I can only do this with like one other, maybe two, but I could just do it by myself. But then again, I feel like I'm kind of, this is going to sound a little narcissistic, but I feel like I'm already at a level where I don't have to go through that journey. I think I could go through that journey if I just meditate on my own. Gotcha. So I think a lot of people go through psychedelics to kind of find something in themselves, or maybe they're on that journey, and that's cool and all, but I don't think it's something that people should consistently take advantage of as like a drug or something.
Yeah. Have you you were saying this, like, you did try, and how do you pronounce it?
Ayahuasca?
Yeah, that guy.
No,
okay.
I tried peyote
at
a ceremony.
Okay, how is that one done again?
So that,
and then explain the ceremony, because we haven't even talked about your Native American roots, right? So like, kind of explain
this. This one was really, really, really deep for me, because I've never even experienced something so powerful and crazy as far as peyote. Like, that's something that just sounds crazy. Like,
it does kind of. It sounds like a coyote.
Yeah, exactly.
And coyotes remind me of. Oh no, those are hyenas. I was gonna say like Lion King.
Hyenas are not cute.
Yeah, I was thinking of Lion King, and they're like, ah. That's what I was thinking of.
Well, you have to be invited and you have to be welcome. So anybody can't just show up to a ceremony. And through this, my dear friend Delmar, shout out to Delmar, she is a straight Native activist, nomad, traveling the world, fighting for rights. Love her. And I got invited to a ceremony in Oklahoma. And it was usually with the ceremony, you get called in for a purpose, because it's like a family calls a ceremony for a reason. So like if they're wanting, if they just got married, maybe they're wanting extra protection, or, it's usually specific towards like, it's called in for a purpose. Okay. So for this specific reason, it was called in by a family, but it also was to set out prayers going into the new year for the world and the community, because we were all going through so much. So it was just like, we just want to pray. And I didn't really know what I was getting myself into, but I knew it was something that I had to experience for myself.
How did you get invited to this?
Delmar.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
Right.
So it was her.
Like, she reached out, like, hey, you want to join? Or
I actually had heard conversation. Well, me and her would have deep conversations. She told me she went to a couple of ceremonies, and I was like, well, if you ever go to one, like, keep me in my mind. Like, I put myself out there.
Okay. Because I was gonna say, like, because what you were saying, right? Like, the ceremonies, it has to be like the family has invited you. Yes. So I was curious, like, did you know the family more?
I did not know the family, but I knew Delmar, and Delmar had to talk to the main chief. So the chief, decides, who comes, who doesn't.
Oh, that's cool.
She really, I don't know if she just put in a good word for me, or was like, like, we need her here, or something. I don't really know how that conversation went, but I was accepted to go to the ceremony. So that
about
alone
how many
was
people
honored.
were there?
There was even children in there.
Oh, wow. So like children doing it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And it was like a sweat lounge. It was so hot.
So I'm imagining, so I was going to do this when I was in Mexico, and I'm beating myself up about it. But there's also, Nahuatl is the like native, like indigenous language before the Hispanics came and conquered Mexico, and then like Spanish overtook. But there's still a lot of ceremonies, and there was one ceremony that I was going to try to go to, but I didn't get a chance to. And it is like a cave, and it is like a sauna type of thing first, and it didn't involve any substances that include trips like this. Yeah. But they did have like cacao and like other stuff like that, but I didn't get a chance to go to it. So like you're saying that it was a sauna, so I'm curious, like kind of describe the layout, the setup.
Well, it was a teepee.
Okay.
It was a home built teepee, like a real life teepee in the back of their house.
Oh wow.
And so normally, traditionally, the women, and that's why going back to traditional roles, this is why I appreciate
this is where this is going from.
Yes, this is where it stems from. Like the women traditionally were never allowed to be part of the ceremonies because they believed that the men, you know, the men were the warriors. They'd go out and fight. They'd go out and sweat blood and tears, and the women would be in the back taking care of the family, making sure the food was, you know, getting prepared for when the men get back from their fight, that they were nurtured and they were watered, and, you know, and then the women were more on the intuitive side of like, hey, you know, more of the psychics, I would say, and like, hey, this is where you need to go. These, you know, the men would follow the women in the way of like what they're needing to do, and then they would just go and take action and do the plan. And so like traditionally, back in the day, the women were not allowed to do ceremonial. So I was very surprised that women and children were able to be a part of that ceremony. So a lot has changed.
New. Okay.
Yeah, a lot has changed. And I also feel like as culture grows, people start to, you know, it starts to shift, and they start to make their own ways of doing things. They still keep traditional things, but they also kind of like add their own things to it.
And that's, because it's like, that's what I'm talking about with like some of the generational traumas and curses and stuff like that, but also things that are beautiful about it. Like, when like my mom and my dad as partners, like they really were a partnership. Yeah, she did there were gender norms that were inflicted in that sense, like as in like this is what you kind of have to do, or like the nurturing means that it's a feminine type of thing. But like I like to think that certain stuff like that don't need to just be this masculine or feminine thing. Like I think we can all be nurturing. Like we don't, that's not a masculine or feminine thing. But I do agree with you that like there is still some beauty in that, right? Yes. Like that, you know, that you can trust each other in that way, and that you do know that like you're not gonna get controlled, or you're not gonna like I'm giving myself and releasing myself into this, right? Like I'm allowing myself to come into this, and it is pretty cool to see the change of like where maybe at one point some of the controlling aspects where like women couldn't do the ceremonies now can, because that sounded more of a controlling thing more so than like a norm, probably. Exactly.
But I never really noticed, because when you think about like roles, you're just like, oh, that seems very like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. But I do, like, I feel like if there's a purpose in everything that you do and in life, there's a reasoning behind that, right? So I think going into this ceremony, it gave me more of a background of that. So for example, in the ceremony, you have to be placed in a certain way. Like you can't just sit wherever you want. And mind you, I can't sit there and ask them a bunch of questions during the ceremony. So I'm just listening to everything that they're telling me to do, because I didn't know no better. You know, I'm just kind of like, okay, a fly on the wall, trying to act like I belong, but I'm really like, I don't know what I'm doing. So the chief comes in, we have drums. We have, you know, mainly just drums, and they're singing in Creek language and Cherokee language. And I don't know my language in that way, so I thought it was beautiful that they can, that, you know, that culture still exists in that language in that way. And then they smoke peyote because it keeps you up all night. So essentially you're just sweating out all of the trauma, you're sweating out, you're going through this like journey of like getting tortured and going through the actual pain. And this is why the men would do ceremonies, because it's like them going through the pain for their family. And that's why women couldn't go through it. They would just go and prepare the meals while the men are going through all this, you know.
Because again, they're like getting beaten down.
Exactly.
So then the women are like, let me help you build back up.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're like the rejuvenator. Like when they're done, they went through everything. The women come and bless them with the water and you know, feed them and nurture them, and so during that time, I was just, you know, you're you have the peyote, you have the drums, you have the singing, and it's just intense. And so I'm getting visions of what the men and the women's roles were ancestral back in my day, just seeing clear visions of what that looked like and why it was that way. And I don't think we think about that. I think we're just like so just caught in like, no, I'm a woman, I can do this, I'm a man, I'm gonna do this. But it's like they had purpose behind it. It wasn't just because they were like, you're a man, you're a woman. It was like, because you guys are gifted with certain things, you know, like women are gifted with certain things and men are gifted with certain things that we cannot replace within each other. And that's more of a team, and where you guys come together, and it's so beautiful. Yeah. And so through that, stayed up for 24 hours. Oh my God. So that was like,
you were saying again, so the peyote. I almost said coyote.
and it's something that you smoked, so you would pass it around, smoke. And if you had to use the bathroom or leave or anything, you had to get permission from the chief. Like you couldn't just get up, and then you had to walk a certain way. You couldn't just walk out everything was intentional, and that's what I really loved about it. I didn't really understand sometimes what was going on or why they did certain things, but I think the peyote and going through that journey, sorry, my voice. Oh my God, you're speaking through me.
I love it. Hey, I'm in there right now, like as you're saying all this, I'm like in my head picturing this, like trying to put myself there.
Now imagine just the energy of that TP just woo, and then the drums just bam bam bam, so your soul is just like out of your body and you're like, what is happening? But it was very intense and it was very hard. It was an experience to go through. I couldn't imagine like the men back in the day, like really warrior style, like fighting, you know, like
what were the kind of like emotions that were coming through? Like were you know, you were saying like you've had some trips where like you're crying the whole time, like was that like this emotional roller coaster, or like kind of what was that like? Or just
I think it was showing me, I think that whole journey was just showing me my roots. It was exposing the beautiful parts of my culture. I think Native Americans are one of the most beautiful like cultures I've ever, you know, I'm blessed to be, you know, in my DNA. But not only that, it was able to show me the history of the intentionality of everything that they did. Like even when I stood up to go to the bathroom, I couldn't walk over a flute. I would have to walk around it, because normally you just get up, you're not thinking.
you're not looking at your surroundings.
Literally to every single detail, intentionality. And I think it just kind of brought me back to that, because we just go through our everyday just not doing things with intention. We're just like, oh, you know, walking around but they really showed me like, no, you need to have intention with everything you do, from the moment you eat, from you taking the next step. And I'm like, oh my God, okay. I didn't know it was that deep. And then after that, we played with the kids. We jumped on the trampoline. We ate, which I'm not gonna lie, Native American culture food, I love y'all, but they don't season nothing. No. It's the most unseasoned food I ever had in my life.
And you come with sazon.
Right, I'm like, oh my God, sorry, no. By the way, have y'all ever had Indian tacos?
I have wanted to try some.
Okay.
And I do know some folks that like will make it like homemade and stuff with like the fry bread.
Yep.
Oh shit.
And then like
bomb.
I definitely need to try that.
I'll get invited, but then I'm always doing something else and I'm like, dang it.
Well, then like when you are doing something else, tell them that I'm not doing anything.
Okay.
So that I can go in your place, because I will go.
Yes, you have to try Indian tacos. Unfortunately, they didn't have Indian tacos at that time, but honestly, I was so hungry and sleep deprived and all of that, because when you come down, you're just like, you know, and it's not one of those head highs where you're like, ooh, you're high. It's more like, I feel like it brought me to like the level of like having, like I said again,
like a transcendence.
Yeah, of like me being there watching my ancestors, you know, what they did, and the Trail of Tears. I got exposed to Trail of Tears because actually my family was a part of that. So just kind of reviewing all of that and just bringing me back to groundness of like, remember who you are. And one specific thing that I remember, because I'm the type of person that anything I do, I'm always putting intentionality behind it. So when I first got to the ceremony, I was trying so hard to be like, okay, I need to figure out something to put intention to, like with this trip, like, am I gonna heal like my family link? Like, you know, I'm always going into a trip thinking like, what am I gonna heal? What am I gonna
like,
fix?
what is the next thing that I need to work on? What's this fix all the time? Yeah.
And nothing came to me. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna let this journey take me on. Did that. And then when I left the TP and everything, I'm thinking, and I was talking to the chief, and I'm like, you know what? I was like, I was really thinking about, you know, what I needed to heal and fix. And I was like, nothing came to me, but I'm glad, because then it just opened up my mind to where it wasn't about me. It was about community. Yeah. Because the whole time we weren't sitting here praying about my own problems, about things. It was us praying for the world. Damn. The whole time we're just praying for the world, and everybody outside of ourselves. And that just made me like, wow, that was a purpose within itself. And so then when I told the chief that, he was like, yeah, he's like, well, you came home today.
Oh, damn.
And I thought that was just so beautiful.
Oh, fuck.
He was like, you don't need to, he's like, you came home, like you're home. And I'm like, wow. Yeah. Okay. That's beautiful.
Shit. I was going to ask about like the praying. Can you kind of just like pray? We're talking about hands closed praying, or like singing? Chants. Okay.
Singing, chants the whole time, and drums and instruments, flutes, singing, chants, flutes the whole time. It was never quiet and just prayer. It was literally singing and chanting and even dancing. So there was a point, you know, where people could just feel it and, you know, get into their zone. But for the most part, I was just singing the whole time. Yeah. And then at the end, a woman came, which was probably grandmother, came when it was all said and done. And by the time we got out, the sun was rising. So it was so beautiful because we started at night. And she came with a big bucket of water, and each person basically got blessed and cleansed when they came out of the TP. And then we all ate together and laughed and had fun with the kids. And it was beautiful. I literally... I was renewed. I was just like, wow, this was...
When was this for you when you did that?
This was about 3 years ago.
Okay.
3 years ago. And then I was just thanking my friend Delmar, you know, for bringing me into that experience, because that was very, very beautiful and magical.
Yeah. So what did you end up talking back with the family, and like what did they kind of say?
I did, and then they wanted me to form a ceremony for our family.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
how big is your family? I don't think we even got into that.
Huge. I have about I have 2 other sisters, and then I have 9 brothers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Are they, because you said your mom is here, right?
Yes, my mom's here and my dad's in Florida. Okay. So my dad's remarried.
Yeah. And so, okay. So that's where maybe a
half sister.
Sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
So
she's the youngest.
The 9 brothers, where are, like, I guess all of your siblings, where are they?
All over Oklahoma, Kansas. Well, Oklahoma and Kansas. Yeah. And then I'm like middle child, but I feel like the oldest. So if you're ever the middle child, you always feel like you're the oldest. I don't know why.
I'm kind of the middle child too.
Do you feel like the oldest?
No. I mean, I feel like I feel like I grew up
proven.
I feel like I grew up fast. Like me and my 2 older siblings. It's my older sister, my brother, me, and then I have a little sister. But I would say we definitely grew up very fast and
I always
matured.
felt like I was like the glue. You know what I mean? And that's like a huge responsibility to feel like. I feel like when you always feel like you have to be the glue of a family, I feel like that's not, that could be a gift and a curse in itself.
Yeah. No, I get that part.
How many siblings do you have?
Me, I have, like I said, my oldest sister, a brother. I have 4 in total. Oh, okay. I have a half brother too. Yeah. But little sister and then half brothers in Milwaukee.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've never been to Milwaukee.
It's cold.
That's why I haven't been. I'm a Florida girl at heart. What about you, Dusty? How many siblings do you have?
2 younger sisters.
He's the oldest.
You're the
I'm
oldest.
the oldest, and I am definitely the oldest.
He's the one that's gonna be that like when his wife comes over. I mean, like mom's moving in, grandma's moving in with him.
Oh, love that. That's always a great
We'll see.
A
what
great look.
happens.
I think that's what's gonna happen. You're the oldest. You're the one with the burden, not burden, with the blessing.
Exactly.
You're the one with the blessing. I tell my dad all the time. I'm like, I don't know, Dad. Like, the way that you keep acting up, I'm gonna send you to a nursing home.
Oh, that's the biggest threat.
Yeah.
Oh
The
my
American
gosh.
way, right there.
Yeah, I know. No, I wouldn't though. I wouldn't. My family would hella disown me if I ever did something like that.
So, do you guys do any traditional things in your cult? Like, do you
Not
guys
like that.
carry anything in like today that you know your ancestors or maybe your parents did, and you know grew in as you got older, and now you do it today?
I would say like, well, I was thinking like when she was talking about how, and this is not my culture, this is yours, but when you were saying about like how you had to walk through certain areas and like you kind of, it reminded me of like Emily was telling me about like with the monks, like you can't walk in front of the monks as a girl. Or I think like I couldn't like,
You can't touch them either.
you can't touch them either. Yeah. That's what I was thinking of, like, because you guys have traditions like that too.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's more related to the Buddhist religion more than.
That's true than Laotian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they both kind of go hand in hand, I guess.
Well, I mean, like you also still have like your, I mean, your weddings are very traditional into like how
because I've seen those
Yeah.
pictures and they
Yeah.
look very traditional.
I would say like in my we didn't assimilate very much. And so like it was, like we have very traditional things in weddings, or like we have danzas still that do stem from, cause like most of Mexico is Catholic or just, you know, big majority, but for Catholic religions, that are not Mexican, they don't do danzas for the Virgin Mary or for certain days of the saints. But in Mexico, that's very common because of like our indigenous roots. So like a lot of like dating back to Aztecs, Mayans, Nahuatl, and all of our like tribals, of which we still have a lot of indigenous cultures over there. But like we have danzas for saints or El Dia de la Virgen, things like that, because all of these dances like mean something, or like even the setup, like what you're wearing,
From the colors to
yeah, everything. I mean, like some of them dance even like barefoot, just things like that, because that's them. Like I can't even tell you exactly, but like there's a lot of like that has to do with faith, that's still kind of brought in. And then like for us, like we're very into like charreadas and stuff like that, and so that's also very old. I think like charreadas are like 1700s or something, but I think that came from Spaniards. Yeah, but that's always been a big piece in my culture. Just my dad always did that. That was a really big thing for us.
My mom's Catholic. I really don't know what that entails, to be honest.
All the religions are kind of related in some degree. Like they might say this word, but then they mean this other word.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, but my intention when I moved to Wichita was to get more in tune with my roots, because I do want to pass that. I know how much it's been lost over the years, or even me growing up. Like my dad was never, you know, teaching me traditions, neither has my mom. So these are kind of things that I've been just searching on my own, because I want to teach my son these, and I want him to learn and appreciate that side, because I feel like it's starting to get lost more and more, and that's a little scary to me. Because you know it's who you are essentially, and that's just something that it's important to me.
Yeah.
You know, it may not be as people, you know, as you get older, you start to form your own views about things, which I totally am here for. But at the end of the day, you know, I feel like our historical culture and things as to why our ancestors did things are meaningful.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
should still be, you know, performed today in their own way. Like, I may not, although they showed me visions of things like that, I may not do things exactly like them, but there's certain things that I can relate to and that I can pull and gravitate towards, to where I'm like, okay, I want to start incorporating that with the way that I, you know, teach my son, or whatever the case is.
That's kind of similar to me on like this next healing journey that I feel that I'm headed towards. Like, I'm feeling like I want to know more about my ancestry. So like I'm reading a lot more books about like pre-Hispanic stuff, and I'm trying to understand like genetically, like, because I it's really hard in Mexico because like you're the term is like, oh my god, Mesozoic. No, there's because I've like asked my dad, like, Dad, like, what are we, like, you know, because we got conquered several times or invaded several times, so like what are we, like, but it was indigenous first. And there's like this word that was coined like in the 1600s, I think, or 1500s, 1548, something like that, that like this is what all Mexicans are. But what I'm trying to say by that is that there is like so much truth, or not just truth, but like so much that our ancestors had gone through that we need to honor, that we don't honor anymore, because we're so inundated by things that have like left us. So I'm not even talking about like the next religious thing. I'm talking more of like spirituality and like connecting to like almost like past lives, past selves, right? Like I guess that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
That like
What do you guys think happens to us when we die?
Damn.
I want to hear thoughts.
Kara's going there.
Yeah, going there. Y'all went there. Y'all should have never opened up this can of worms.
You first.
I am coming around to the idea that our bodies are containers for our souls.
Okay.
What do you mean by that?
Our souls, once our body dies, the souls leave the body and go to another dimension, essentially.
It's ancient?
No, some Heaven's Gate shit.
Heaven's Gate shit.
One of those cults.
Ah, okay.
Cults.
I mean, I'm not in any cult or anything, but you know,
Yeah.
if that's something that
I mean, but
cult
Catholicism
believes
also
in.
does that, that your body's a temple, and we it's for the Holy Spirit. So when you pass away, it's the Holy Spirit who takes it. So I mean, I didn't think cult, I thought Catholicism, just because
I kind
like
of think
that's
you go into the other dimension, and then you know, I'll actually take it a little bit further, and then I think you do reincarnate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's part of
Buddhist.
why we have like deja vu and stuff, because remembering things from past lives that our souls have lived.
See,
It
that's
just
what I think about with
can't-
ancestry.
Just can't
That's
connect.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Just can't connect it because it's been so long or whatever. It's
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking with ancestry. Like again, like there's just so much that like we have lived these past lives. I don't know.
Because there's just like certain things that you like connect with, and you wonder why. Like, why do I love horses so much? I've always loved this as a child, but why?
Or what's this attraction to this location? Why do I feel like I need to be over there? Like, what is this pull that I'm getting? Yeah. Like when
I
we're
love
talking
the
about
thought of
energies. Yeah. I think
She's like treads slowly.
no, it's because like I think this is really hard for me. So like I would love to think, like, I don't know about like this whole heaven or hell thing, right? Like cut dry, evil, good, like something about that. That's the things that like makes it hard for me with the religious part. That it's just like, do we really have bad souls, or are we human that make mistakes? And yeah, I guess some people are evil.
Yeah.
Hitler, Trump.
The list goes on.
Yeah, the list goes on. But like also like I tend to think like, what was like the rooted deep shit that went with them that like they were that way. I don't know. But with losing my mom, I would love to see her again. So I want to believe there's another thing that allows my soul to connect with her again. And I'm kind of on this, I don't know if soul or spiritual or energy, I don't know, but I'm trying to get in this like very intuitive sense of myself and learning to trust my gut again, and not being like, this is anxiety, no, this is my gut, and knowing when it's my anxiety and knowing when it's my gut, so that I can like really feel all the energies that are around me. I don't know.
Love that.
Yeah. What about you?
I feel that we create our heaven and hell. You know, you could be living in heaven right now, you know, based on how you view your life. You could be living in hell. And once you cross over, it's still sort of the same. If you're still living with, you know, you're unforgiving, you have anger, you have that, your soul can't fully transcend to a place of peace because you're still stuck at the fact that, you know, my grandmother did this to me, or this person did this to me. So it's kind of like how they say like souls are trapped. I believe that souls can be trapped, and those are considered like the souls that have hate and have all these negativity around them are considered the demons, because they want people to feel that pain as much as they do. So I do believe in a lot of like demonic spirits and also good spirits, because
I believe in the demonic ones.
Yeah,
because like, they scare the fuck out of me, like all that stuff.
I've felt it, you know. I had mentioned that I do a lot of dream work, so you know, I go into my dreams and I've seen both sides, and they both, you know, truly exist. But I also feel like they put themselves there because of the things that they've done, and they hold on to and they don't forgive. But once you know, but if you go to a place of peace, you know, you're like, one of my things, my mom's brother, he was, you know, in the middle of passing away, but he couldn't pass away until he literally would say like, you know, I can see the Grand Reaper coming to get me, you know, but that's just all his negative, you know, deep stuff that he's been through. But as soon as he was forgiven for that and prayed over, he was able to transcend and allow himself to cross over. But he was holding on for dear life because he was so scared to cross over because of what he was seeing and experiencing. So I do believe that you can create your heaven and hell based on, you know, what you are holding on to and how you view your life, you know. So my son would always ask me like, oh, what does heaven look like? And I'm like, you're in it, baby. This is heaven.
Hey, that's sweet though. That's a really sweet thing to be able to say to him.
Because I can relate to when you said, you know, like your mom had passed over, and you want to believe that you still are connected to her, you can still talk to her. And so I always tell my son, like, if you see, when it's my time, because it will be one day, we all go through it, you know, if you see me in your dreams, that's me talking to you. Like, that's me talking to you. So you're gonna see me again. And being a mom, you know, I always would like to think that I'm always going to be connected to him, and we're always going to be able to communicate. So I love the idea of life, of the afterlife, of the life, you know.
Because you were saying about your your brother-in-law, or who was it again that passed? Your mom's brother?
My mom's brother.
Like when my mom passed away, because like I've seen hospice now twice, because my mom passing away, she had to go through hospice, and then my grandpa passed away a year later, also went through hospice. But her two sisters from Mexico, they didn't have they don't have their full immigration documents that they can come, but like we are very fortunate that we've always like had really great jobs and have worked really hard to build relationships that like we were able to get really good like letters from doctors that we were able to send to like government so that they could allow them to come, so that when my mom was passing, but like there was something like that she was really holding on until they came. And then once they finally got there, that's when she passed. But she like, I mean, because I mean, it was a whole week of her passing, and it was really tough. But I think like there is something about that too, like how much like you're not as conscious anymore, because she was not conscious anymore, like in terms of like talking, that sort of thing, or like being able to talk to us. She had stopped probably like 5 days before she passed, but it was like this because I was with her when she passed, and I was, and like, I don't know, I did kind of sense it.
Yeah.
Because as soon as my aunts arrived, her sisters arrived, it was just like maybe 2 hours after. Yeah.
And then she was able to be at peace and transition fully.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Does that put you at peace, like knowing that she was like, you're like, okay, she's at peace?
Yeah, she battled breast cancer for 9 years, and so she's a very strong woman, was a very strong woman, and she just was like, she never showed it. Like, we knew that she was bad, but she never really showed it. And when she passed, like, she really did look peaceful. Like, all of my siblings and like family, like, we're like, wow, like, I don't know, I mean, it sucked, you know what I mean? And like, some people like take pictures, but there was like, we kind of, sometimes I think about it and I'm like, maybe I should have. Yeah, because there was something about
like that moment.
Yeah I don't know.
I think like knowing or hearing these type of stories is always keeping me like, okay, appreciative, because I know that, you know, there's negative, there's good, there's bad, there's evil, you know, and all of that. But it's like, what do you choose? What side do you choose to be on every day? And you have, that's a choice.
It is a choice.
And so it's like, if I were to die from a random, you know, car crash, do I want to go out angry, mad, just yelling at my son? You know what I mean? So like, these are the things,
or
that,
even
like,
just a road rage.
Yeah,
like as simple as road rage.
So these are the things that I think about throughout my day of like, okay, if, you know, because it's out of our, you know, hands, if things were to happen, you know, how would I leave this world? What impact do I leave? You know, what type of person was I? You know, and those are the things that I feel like keeps me humble, keeps me compassionate, you know, throughout all the things. And I'm human, I'm not perfect, I mean, I'm close to it, but I'm just kidding. But I, you know, I try to be as intentional as possible, because, you know, life's short. And, you know, I would hate to be on that other side if something were to happen.
Speaking of other sides and life's intentionalities, we're getting close to wrapping up. This next part is...
We got deep this time.
We did. I mean, we got pretty deep, though, on the pod. Yeah, like, we got pretty deep. Thank you for sharing all of that. But so this part is like we ask like a bunch of lightning round questions.
Okay.
And these are just kind of more rapid fire, whatever kind of comes to you.
Oh God, I'm nervous.
They're
is it like
softballs.
this or that type of thing, or what?
Some are.
Okay.
Some are. Do you want to lead?
Yeah.
Give it to me raw.
What?
Okay.
That's what she said.
It's your go-to hype song before an open house or event.
Anything Gorilla. Okay, I'll just put on Gorilla. I think her wordplay is cool. I think, yes.
Yeah.
I like her.
Yeah.
She's my go-to. I can't think of a song, but I'll just go to her radio.
For sure.
Sounds good. What is a real estate ick from clients that make you cringe?
Clients who want to get with me or interested me in another way than not making some money.
Yes.
Or wasting my time.
Let's talk about those dollars.
Exactly.
Son.
And then we will be friends.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Send that over.
We love that sound. What's a vintage piece you'll never sell, no matter what?
A vintage piece. I thrifted a Winnie the Pooh jersey for my son as a baby, and I'll never sell it. I'll keep it, and he can just pass it down, keep passing it down.
Yeah.
That's why I say keep your jerseys or keep something.
That'd be cute. Yeah.
I always think everybody should keep something that they can just keep passing down. I think that's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you believe more in fate or free will?
Fate or free will? I believe more of free will.
Okay. Yeah.
Even though I have fate tatted in the back of me.
Literally. Some tattoos don't have meaning. They're just cool.
Yeah. I do believe in fate, though.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
But I believe that your fate will determine because you have free will and you have choice, you know, it will always just kind of bring you back to the faith, but you will have that journey of free will.
Yeah. So back to more of the intentionality, leading with like, yes, you're, you know, looking back to know where you're headed or the feeling, but like it's the intentionality that you're leading with.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was your best thrift or vintage find? What was the treasure you found?
Anything Dior, because that's really hard to. Vintage Dior is really well nowadays. I'm not gonna say hard, but more expensive to find. But when I was shopping for these pieces, so that was my niche. I don't think I shared with you guys. Vintage couture, like Gucci, Burberry. That was my niche that I would resell. So I'll say anything Dior that I found was a gem. Especially this specific purse. Honestly, I should know the name of it, but I don't, you guys.
It's okay. I don't know anything about them.
I'm gonna send y'all a picture and y'all can just put the picture.
We'll do that.
On the
Yes,
on the
do that.
thing.
Yeah. Yes. Dream celebrity client you'd love to sell a house to. Or have as a tenant, since you're into commercial buildings.
God, how is a tenant? Dang, you guys are getting me. I would say, oh my God, A$AP Rocky.
A$AP Rocky.
If he had a vintage store. Or Rihanna. Well, they come as a pair.
They do come as a pair.
They come as a pair. They're unity now.
Yeah. People sleep on A$AP, I feel.
I'll say Rihanna. That'd be cool. That'd be badass.
One thing you've learned from your native roots that guides how you do business.
Intuition, to always listen to my gut, because sometimes opportunities that are put in front of you are not always great opportunities, and when money's involved it may seem that way. So I had to walk away from a lot of things based on just my intuition and the feeling that I've gotten as far as morality and character goes. Of like, I know that this is an opportunity I may get away with, but is it the right thing to do? A lot of people in business, it's so easy to do the wrong thing, but it's not easy to do the right thing. Yeah. Especially when there's money involved.
That's true.
I watched a movie just like that last night.
Really? What was it called?
What was it?
Netflix or on what?
It was Wrath of Man with Jason Statham.
Ooh, I like him.
Write this down, Patrick. Write this down.
Every time I think about him, I think of the movie Speed when he's a psychopath. You know that movie Speed? He's the bald head guy, right?
Yeah, the bald-headed guy.
And there's a movie called Speed when he's on speed, literally, throughout the whole movie.
Oh, you mean
that's
Crank?
not. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
I literally looked up
everybody's
Speed,
looking like,
and I was like, I don't think that's the same guy you're talking about, but it's Crank. You're talking about
Yeah.
Crank. Krank's
Yeah.
a good movie.
yeah, it
Crank's
is a good movie,
one.
Yeah.
and that's what I always think of.
Yeah, no,
That's
that
him.
is a good movie.
But he's a good actor. I like him.
No, he is. Yeah,
Yeah.
I need to add that to my list now.
I know. I just wrote that down for myself.
Was that like the moral of it, or what? Or what made you think of it?
Because you said, like people change when it comes when it comes to money, or can act differently, and that's kind of what happened in the movie I watched last night. Yeah, a whole bunch of money became involved, and then things happened.
Yep.
It's on Hulu, guys. Watch it on Hulu. It's on other stuff too, but yeah. So
right.
I'll go for it.
I was gonna say one last question in the lightning round. How many screenshots do you have on your phone right now?
Oh my God. Can I look? Okay. Let's see. You guys, I bet you couldn't even guess how many pictures I have in my phone.
5,000.
5,000? What do you think?
6,800.
6,800. Okay.
5,223.
I have 73,000.
Oh,
73,000.
73,000 pictures.
Way off.
We're way up.
How do
Okay,
I-
that Apple bill
It's
though,
crazy.
it's crazy.
Okay, and then screenshots, I have 8,786.
Oh shit.
I got receipts, okay, and that's a Virgo trait. So don't come for me.
That's a lot. I thought that I had a lot of pictures, and I'm like, I need to get rid of these pics.
Don't come for me because I save receipts, okay? Just remember that.
Speaking of places to save and where to find you.
Okay.
So we've now heard a little bit about your stories, your passions, your interests. Tell us and our listeners, how can everyone find and support you?
Yeah, so you guys can find me on Instagram at the fashion risk taker _. Also on there's a bunch of other page, like my Shop Risky page, my Power Lives Talk page. Just click on my bio and it has all of those, or on Facebook, Kara Billie. If you have some clients for me, add me on Facebook. If you want to see my dope, cool life, go on Instagram. So I don't have TikTok though. I'm a little boring when it comes to that.
Yeah, we just got it. It's hard.
It's so
TikTok's
hard to keep up with all of these.
It is.
What is your favorite platforms? Is it
Instagram for me.
or Facebook?
For me, it's Instagram.
Instagram.
Yeah, maybe. I like seeing reels.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. So I'm out of my thing, but para arriba,
Cheers. Pa arriba.
Pa abajo.
Salud. Pa abajo.
para el centro
Pa centro.
y para adentro.